All right, good morning. It's Friday morning. I realized the last video, I never said if I made it home. I made it home. So we got home Wednesday afternoon. Yesterday, just kind of did some running around. I did run up to Tucson and got the new alternator. Now this is a brand new alternator. This is not reconditioned or rebuilt. That's the word I was thinking of. It's early in the morning. It's like 6 o'clock in the morning out here. It's a beautiful sunrise. Let me pan around here. I know you guys are looking right into the sun, but beautiful sunrise out here this morning. So we got a rebuilt alternator. I got down there and to Peterbilt yesterday. The parts guys down there are great. They had three alternators. One cost $400, one cost $185, and one cost $120. He did not recommend the $120 alternator because that was a rebuilt alternator. This is a brand new alternator, no core, meaning we don't have to turn the old one in. Now, I've never changed an alternator on this truck, so this will be new. It looks pretty simple though. It's got a serpentine belt, so we just got to get the serpentine belt off. Looks like I got 4 bolts right around there and 2 on the back on the wire. Usually the hardest thing with alternators is getting the pulley off. Now on the old Peterbilt, it was almost always easier just to buy a new pulley and put a new pulley on than trying to get the old pulley off. But Peterbilt did not have this pulley, and they didn't have it in Phoenix either, so that kind of led me to believe that usually it's easy to get the pulley off. So we'll see how it goes, but that's the plan. So hang on a second. So what I'm going to do now is get the serpentine belt off, get the bolts out, get it unhooked, and then we'll get it off. Like I said, the hardest part is the pulley. Looks like the hardest part of the whole deal is going to be the pulley. So let's get started and I'll talk to you guys in a bit. Okay, we got the alternator out. So there's the new and old one. I got to run to the house, get the impact, pop that pulley off. I did want to, so the alternator sat right there. I did want to talk about, now that bearing that went out in the clutch, this truck has, this is, I don't know, like a control panel for grease. So you're supposed to be able to grease at these points right here, and the grease will go everywhere. So you can see clutch linkage, blah, blah, blah. Well, you saw where the hose going to the release bearing, which is up in the clutch, where it was broken. So when it was getting greased right here, the grease was not going into the bearing. So what I did when I was at Peterbilt is I bought this hose right here, and this is specifically made by Eaton. And it will go up there. It'll hang out about 2 inches. So when you get the truck serviced, whoever's under there greasing will see it. So and that's what I did with the other Peterbilt too, was put that in there. So right now we need to run to the house, get the impact, see if we can pop that pulley off real quick, and this is going pretty easy. Like I said, the hardest part is getting the pulley off. All right, talk to you in a bit. All right, we got the pulley off on. I had a little camera issue. I sprayed the camera with some PB blaster, so I had to go inside and wipe it all clean and everything. So we got the pulley onto the new alternator. It's a pretty simple process if you get lucky. So just take the impact, back the nut off, and usually what I do is I back the nut off and then I leave it off just a little bit out. You know, don't have any threads showing, just so the nut's out, and just whack it a couple times, and that'll usually bust that pulley off. So it came off pretty good. So we're all good to go. We just got to go mount it up. So it's on there. Looks good. So that's it. All right, let's get back over to the truck, mount that on, start her up, see if it works. Talk to you in a bit. All right, we got the new alternator on. We got the belt on. We got the wires hooked up. Everything looks neat and tidy. Everything's tight. I double checked everything. Wires, belt. I noticed a couple small cracks in the belt, so that's going to be on the list before we leave out to replace these belts. So we got to run into Tucson. This one's a serpentine belt. It's pretty easy. Let's go see what this other one looks like. See how involved it is. Okay, so this one should be pretty easy too. It's a serpentine, so just pull back on that tensioner right there and it should pop off. So all right, moment of truth. We will start the truck up, get it running, and we'll check. Now I usually check voltage because get all this stuff out of the way. So we're at 12.5. So once we start, there it is, 12.5. Once we start the truck, it should come up to about 13.6, somewhere around in there. All right, good morning. See, it is Tuesday. It's been about a week since I last talked to you guys. We got the truck fixed. I did get the alternator put on. I don't know if I showed you guys that or not, but we got the new alternator put on. I did that. We got the clutch put in, so we ended up getting a clutch, a whole new clutch, pressure plate, everything, carrier bearing, all of that. And the one thing that my mechanic Sam did was he installed grease fittings. There used to be, this was like a, I don't know, central grease hub thing, and there's still two clutch linkage grease fittings, but one of these went to the throwout bearing for the clutch, and that's what broke. So he just put a you saw that little long piece I put on there, so that's what's under there. Maybe we'll crawl under there, but right now I got my one last project. Tomorrow we're gonna go load tomorrow. We got my one last project. This was leaking. This has been leaking for a long time. Right there, this is the hose that goes to the generator for the cooling system on the generator. Put some thread tape on that, and that'll clean that up. It's been making a mess, and so all I had to do is just drain the coolant out of the radiator. There's my coolant. There's nothing wrong with it. We're gonna reuse it, but let me see if I can crawl under the truck here. Hang on one second. All right, we're under the truck here, so you can see the grease fitting there and the grease fitting there for the transmission, and one more right there. So that's what he did, is he put some extensions on so that they will make sure that everything gets greased. And I'm gonna pop that cover off real quick. We'll take a look up inside and see the new clutch and everything else that's under there. All right, we got the cover off the transmission here. Let me get the flashlight. So if you guys can see all the guts, the new guts that are in there, that's the new carrier bearing where the light's at right there, and that's the clutch up that way. That's the front of the truck that way. And so we've got new bushings in, so all of this under here won't be rattling. It doesn't move or anything, so it won't be rattling around. So hopefully it'll be nice and quiet, but you can see the grease fittings that he put the extensions on instead of, and then he put new bushings right up in there. So pretty much everything was done. So it looks pretty good. Looks good. And then like I said, that was the main problem, was that piece right there. So we should be good to go. All right, let me put this back together, and we'll go back up top and finish. Oops, sorry. Put this back together, go back up top, finish up our little project over there, and then I did a couple things inside the truck that I'll show you that I thought were pretty cool. So talk to you in a bit. Okay, it's the end of the day. I turned the air conditioner off. We're still at the house. I turned the air conditioner off and the generator off so you guys can hear me. But we got our leak fixed on the truck there for the coolant. I wanted to show you this. I put this board in. This is just 3/4 inch plywood that I put some black fabric over, and then I bolted it right along here all the way across. There's a big steel beam that comes across the backboard, and I bolted that, and then so I can hang stuff. So I put my racks there. This is my camera bag. It's got all my camera stuff in there. And then I'm gonna put my shower bag on this side right here, and then I'll hang my hard hats. And then I put these little trays up so I can put stuff in there. But I thought that was pretty cool. I bought new sheets for the truck. Everything looks good. Got everything took care of. Just to pan around real quick. Got plenty of water. Can never have enough water. And there's the TV. Try not to shine it in the light there. Got the TV. And then up in the front up here, everything's looking good. So, but that's it. Tomorrow we go load. We got to be in Phoenix at 12 o'clock. We got an appointment. It's got 3 stops. Oklahoma City, somewhere in Kansas. I think it's Wichita, Kansas. And then over till Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So that's our load. We're gonna get the Oklahoma and the Kansas off on Friday, and then be in Milwaukee on Monday. So we're back at it. So it's been a good time at home, and I got the truck ready, nice and organized, so I'm ready to go. So anyway, all right, tomorrow we hook up the trailer and go load. Thanks for watching. Talk to you later.